Hi Louise and hi Frank.
Hello Amanda.
Hi.
Well, we're here at the Cabaret, which is the Cabaret at Caramel. So how did you get into creating a vegan cafe, gallery, event space? Any more things to add to that?
Well, it was all quite random really. We've always kind of had a dream about having a vegan bar. Some kind of dream that we didn't really imagine would necessarily become a reality. And then it would have been about a year and a half ago, maybe a bit longer, I just saw a random sort of Facebook post about this particular venue, about the possibility of taking it over and running it as a vegan restaurant, and I was like, no way! Because it's on our doorstep, we live very close to here, and we knew this space anyway, and loved the space, and so I just couldn't believe that there was an opportunity to run a vegan place in this lovely space. So I was like, Frank, you won't believe what I've just seen on Facebook. And we sort of had a chat about it, thought long and hard about it, and decided that we should give it a go, because we'd always be left wondering if we didn't at least try.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it was a competitive situation, we had to compete against other people, and we won. And it was just completely by chance actually.
What's the best event or program you put on? What's the thing that you remembered and gone, oh, that's so cool, that's made my day, year, or whatever?
I think when we've had really good bands that have drawn big crowds. So, our capacity here is 200, and a couple of times we've been heading up to that. It would be round, I think, if we did reach the 200, but we've certainly gone over 150 on a few occasions, and that's a good number in here, I think, because you can still move around, it's not too jammed, you can see the band in comfort. A good band with lots of people, or my other favourite thing is a good DJ. Because we got into this through DJing, and a lot of the staff here are DJs or actors or actresses or performers in their own right. So we're all interested in the arts.
Yeah.
That's our connection as staff, if you like. So when we get something right, we all feel good about that.
One of my favourite events was we did a fundraising event for the Vegan Society. We did a vegan comedy night. I got in touch with Sarah Pascoe, who's probably one of the most well-known vegan comedians.
Yeah.
Who's on TV quite a lot, and she's great. She's fantastic. When I got in touch with her, I'd already interviewed her, so she kind of knew me a little bit. And the minute I asked her, she was like, "Yep, count me in. I'll organise some other vegan comedians."
Oh,
so we had a vegan comedy night here, which was great. And raise some money, as well. That was really popular. We had a fantastic event with Mimi Kirk, who's a raw food guru, a very committed vegan as well, who has a big following. So one of the first big events we did here was with her, and that was really fantastic. And then another really good event was when we had Tom Robinson come and play here, who had some big hits in the 70s and 80s. But he continues to be a BBC Radio 6 DJ.
Oh, cool.
And he's really well known for having a hit with a song called Glad to Be Gay. And he did a version of that song here live when he was here, and got the whole room singing along. We stopped it at one point, which was really funny. He said, because everyone was a bit hesitant about singing, because it has the lyrics, "Sing if you're glad to be gay."
Yeah.
And he was like, hold on. It's okay, you don't have to be gay to sing this song.
Yeah.
Everyone can sing. And then after that, everyone sort of sang it. And actually it was really, it was quite moving actually, I found it. It was really rousing. And loved it, and he was a great performer too.
Louise, you created the World Vegan Day.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you come about creating that, and what are the achievements you've had from it?
Okay, well, World Vegan Day came about when I was president of the Vegan Society, and we were in the lead up to the Society's 50th birthday, and so we've been thinking about different ideas about how to celebrate this amazing occasion, really. And so I'd already had one idea, which was to create a film. And then I can't exactly remember how the idea sort of came into my mind, but one day I sort of suddenly had the idea, oh wow, why don't we create an annual day that can be sort of celebrated every year and call it World Vegan Day. So that was much easier than making the film, because that was really just a matter of announcing it. But when I thought about the idea, it was really to commemorate when the society was started, because it was started by a very small number of people who had this crazy idea that you could live without animal products, or essentially live without exploiting animals. And at that time, which was in 1944, which was when the society was founded, people literally thought you would die if you didn't eat animal products, because it was bad enough that you wouldn't eat meat as a vegetarian, but to be vegan, well, you were just insane. I think people literally thought you were mad at that point, and now we all know completely different. In fact, that actually you're healthier as a vegan. You're not going to die. You're going to be much healthier. But at that time, I just thought, I find it incredible that those people at the beginning had this idea separately around the country, came together as a community before the days of social media, somehow found each other, decided to found the society. And it was during the war, so the Second World War, at a time when food was being rationed. So the food was already severely restricted amongst the people living in the UK at that time. And I'm just so inspired by these people, and I felt that they deserved to have to be remembered each year, and the fact that those people founded the society all those years ago. So when we founded World Vegan Day, we decided it would be in November every year, which was when the society was founded. And in the end, I went for the 1st of November because we didn't know the exact date of the first meeting that they had. And we thought the 1st of November was kind of an easy date for everyone to remember. And so that's how it came about. So it was started in 1994. So it's now been going for 21 years. And it's amazing now. It sort of happens all over the world. People do all kinds of things. And it just sort of serves as an opportunity to take the idea of veganism out to other people, or to simply celebrate it. And it's a day when people, I think, can just celebrate being vegan, and instead of sort of feeling having negativity aimed at them. It's a day that we think is ours, once a year, and that we can sort of create conditions where being vegan feels kind of normal.
You mentioned a film that you've created, so what was the film about?
Well, it was created by 4 of us, really. Boo and Franny Armstrong. Sadly, Boo has died. But they were our friends at the time. Franny drove it and became a director in real life, if you like. But that was the first major undertaking of film in her life. She went on to make films like Age of Stupid and Light Heart, recognised as great films around the world. But at that time we were all quite naive. We didn't really know what we were getting into, but we were pleased to have the presenter Benjamin Zephaniah on board, who I think is a great British poet and a very good presenter. And we made a 25-minute promotional film about veganism that was well received, and I'm still proud of that work, which you can see on YouTube. And yeah, the film, I'm really proud of the film, and it's called Truth or Dairy.
So lots of people want to start vegan businesses, so do you have any tips for them for starting their own?
Well, because it happened to us by accident, I'd just say, really, I mean, we've been doing this for just over a year now. If you want to get into the restaurant business, I mean, this is a multifaceted space, so it's not just a restaurant, it's a venue and everything else, so it's probably even more challenging. But I would say the restaurant business is very challenging. But the key is really to get a good team. If you're going to enter into this type of business, what you need is to get a really good team of people around you who can support you and to build the business with you together. I think that's probably the most important thing.
Yeah, that's good.
My advice is to be very determined, set your goal and go for it. If you make a mistake, don't worry, we all do. We learn from mistakes. I make loads of mistakes every day, and I try and learn from them and be a better person. Be tolerant of people. Some people, like myself, can see a vegan argument and change very quickly. Other people, they take a lot longer. But everybody is a potential vegan, so be tolerant of people, because, like I said, some people may take 1 or 2 or 10 years to finally get it, if you like. And yet, once they're there, then they may well stay vegan for life, which is what I would hope.
So you have been in a band, so what's the band called, and what's it like travelling and playing music?
Well, I think there's nothing beats being on stage playing your own music in my experience. So some of the highlights of my life are, I think, the moment when you're on stage playing a song really well and the audience is responding. Nothing beats that in my experience. The band we're in is called Luminous Frenzy, which we've been a little bit lazy about putting music out, although we do have a small record deal. But I'm hoping that we're going to change that and put more stuff out next year.
Do you drop in veganism in your music?
I think somebody asked me this before about do you talk about veganism in your music. I would say it informs our music because of who we are and the fact that that's important to us. But it's actually, I think it's really difficult trying to pull off songs with any kind of message or protest songs. I'm in such admiration of anyone who can pull that off. I'd say band like The Clash did it really well without anyone kind of particularly sort of noticing. But so we did a song on our album which is called Violence Ambience. There was a track that was used in the film at Libel, which has a sample of Ronald McDonald, the clown.
Oh, cool.
And it's actually an ex-Ronald McDonald. It's somebody who used to play with Ronald McDonald, who's talking about the effect it had on children and how in the end he gave it up because he couldn't stand doing that anymore, manipulating children into buying rubbish food and eating meat and stuff. So there's that song which is kind of related.
He was the first Ronald McDonald, that was why he was significant. He was an actor who changed his mind, basically, and regretted doing it. And said a very powerful thing, which is why I used the sample. And then I wrote the music around that, and it fitted in with the concept of the album, which was an examination of violence and ambience. The ambience was mainly from the music. What I put over the top of it was were sometimes quite shocking statements from people, or examples of moments when they've been involved in a violent situation or contributed to violence. In this case, Ronald McDonald had contributed and then become a reformed character. I would say stay away from it, songwriters. I find it a bit cringy. You've got to be very clever to pull it off, in a way. But I recognise other people like it. It's not.
But I have to jump in here and remember that I did do. I've done a couple of vegan-themed DJ mixes. One of which is called Vegan Anthems, which is a collection of tracks that some of them by very well-known artists like Prince, which have either a vegan sort of lyric or a sort of vegan sensibility. And actually, there are a lot more than I ever thought there was. It took me ages to research, and then I can put them all together in a mix.
Oh, wow.
So there are some really good ones. There's obviously The Smiths' Meat is Murder. There's a great one by Robert Wyatt, who's a very widely respected songwriter, UK songwriter. He wrote a track called Pigs in there, which is really good. But if anyone's interested, they can just do a Google search for vegan anthems and you'll find it. And those were the good examples. I did find a lot of really awful examples of like vegan-themed tracks that I didn't include. But it's very difficult to pull off, and like anyone who can do that, they deserve a lot of credit. It's really hard.
Why did you two become vegan?
Okay, so in my case, I had got involved with my local animal rights group in Southampton, where I lived at that time, and I was already vegetarian, although I didn't stay vegetarian for very long because I met some vegans who were in another animal rights group that was down the road, who we did some work with, and I came across a Vegan Society leaflet and kind of read it, and I just connected immediately with the leaflet and the argument, if you like. The leaflet just very simply made the case for veganism and explained it. And it's just like I recognised myself immediately and thought, I'm a vegan. You know, maybe not sort of quite consciously in that way, but I totally connected with it and got it, I suppose. And then basically I decided with my boyfriend at that time, I think maybe we were both living at home or something, so we decided to sort of book ourselves a holiday in Jersey so we could kind of go away from home for a week. And then we sort of decided to be, because he was in the local animal rights group as well, so then we both went vegan at that time, and we were away on holiday for a week, so we were cooking for ourselves and working it all out. And I was just vegan from then, and I have been. It's been probably 33 years now.
Well, I was probably at the age of 18. I hadn't even really met anyone who was vegetarian. But I travelled to Europe. I wanted to sort of broaden my horizons. On a coach to Greece, somebody gave me a book about Buddhism where the concept of vegetarianism was discussed. And when I came back to England, it had sowed a seed in my mind. And I thought, okay, I'm going to try and be veggie, because I didn't want to be involved in killing animals. And I realised that I wouldn't want to do that myself. So I didn't want anyone else to do it for me in an abattoir and then me eat dead animals, and I just wanted to opt out of all that. And then about a week later, after going veggie, I was in a Holland and Barrett store in Southport, and the first edition of the new revamped vegan magazine had come out, and I happened to see that, and I opened it up and I read the definition, and I thought, actually that makes more sense to me. I'm going to be vegan from now on, and that was the start of it for me. So it was sort of born out of a live and let live attitude. I didn't want to be involved in unnecessary farming or the killing of animals that goes on. I just want it to be removed from that.
Do you have any tips for people that want to go vegan?
Well, I think I really enjoyed it. I think, you know, it's presented as you're giving up something that you're going to miss. I never missed eating meat or cheese or dairy. Once I'd found suitable alternatives, the whole world of food opened up for me. I felt better, I felt healthier, I had a clearer conscience, and I just thoroughly recommend it, you know. But the thing is, it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
You know, you're not denying yourself something, you're opening up a whole different way of living.
Now is the time to go vegan because it seems that it's really exploded in the last few years. I mean, it's really noticeable now how it's been covered in the media. It's been covered in a much more positive way. There's still some negativity. But in my experience, I always say it is well, maybe not the best decision I've made in my life, but certainly one of the best decisions I've made in my life, and one of the most important. I cannot imagine not being a vegan. And I would just say it really contributes to your kind of well-being as a human being. To kind of know that you're doing just the right thing, but it's the nature of the food itself as well. I think has so many positive effects on the body, on your mental health, on your emotions, and is just, as Frank said, a more enjoyable way of living. You feel kind of lighter and living sort of weighed down with worrying that you, like Frank said, is that you're contributing to something really horrible and unnecessary at the end of the day. It's more than that. So much, so many positive and unexpected things. Once you sort of go vegan, you sort of think, wow, you know, how did I ever not be vegan? This is brilliant, fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, for the future of the planet as well. I'm aware that 50% of greenhouse gas is actually generated from animal agriculture. If we want to save the planet, at some time, a lot of people in the world, and there's going to be 10 billion soon, this century, a lot of people have got to start eating a hell of a lot more vegan food, otherwise we won't have a planet at all, and the world will be in complete chaos. And you can see the beginning of that happening now, I think. I know it's war related, but in the future it will be, there'll be mass migration because areas won't be fit to live in anymore, and that's already happening. It's war-led, but it's also resource-led. So unless we do start making changes and taking on radical ideas like a vegan future, the planet will be destroyed by humans. And I think it's really sad because it doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah. And people need to not see it as some sort of deprivation because it's actually the opposite. It's the opposite of deprivation. You kind of get more out of your life from being vegan, and then making a positive difference to many aspects of the planet and use of resources as well. So it's all good all round for everyone and other living beings on this planet.
So thank you. Cool.
Thank you, Amanda. We've got 80 people coming for a buffet, so we better get started.
Yeah, quick.